And now we come to our final press talk with the nominees for the FIFA Ballon d'Or. As usual, before we get started in welcoming the players on stage, a short video.
Nominees for the FIFA Ballon d'Or. Cristiano Ronaldo, Portugal. Lionel Messi, Argentina. Manuel Neuer, Germany. Who will win the FIFA Ballon d'Or 2014?
I think there's no doubt about the merits of these three nominees. Each of them deserves to win. Just when we're looking at these fantastic moments we've seen in the video. As such, it's a great pleasure for me and honor to welcome on stage in alphabetical order, Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, and Manuel Neuer. Will it be the third, the fifth, or the first FIFA Ballon d'Or the winner will carry off this evening? Thanks for joining us this afternoon. It's a great pleasure to have you here. The 2014 FIFA World Cup in Brazil brought joy and passion to all football fans around the world. It is said in a lot of people it was the best FIFA World Cup from a footballing side. Looking back, but taking aside the results, but looking as a whole from the tournament perspective, why do you think this tournament was such great from a footballing level, Cristiano?
Português, né?
Yeah, Portuguese or English, whatever you prefer.
Não, eu acho que foi mundial.
I think it was very good world tournament. It was very well organized. Things ran smoothly. There were no major problems, as I saw. The best team won, the Germans. It was the best team of the World Cup. They're very good, so was Argentina. They were the two that made the finals. I think on the whole it was good, not for Portugal. It was not so good. We were kicked out in the first phase. But I think the main thing was that everything worked smoothly. There were no major problems. I think overall it was very good.
So the performances of all the teams, why do you think that football has become so strong from footballing level of the tournament itself? Because the performance on the field of play from all the teams participating.
Eu acho que é parecido, foi parecido nos outros mundiais.
I think it was very similar to other World Cups.
It's
a very short competition, and the best team doesn't always win. There are various factors that come into play. I think German had the most consistent record. They were very well, and they were very fit, the players. And I think what we remember of the football are the victories, of course. Portugal didn't make it. We made mistakes. And we hope that things will run more smoothly next time round.
Lionel, when you see the footballing itself of the FIFA World Cup and the performances on the field from each of the teams, how did you see it and the level of the game at the World Cup?
Bueno, creo que se vio I think that we saw some good football. There were some good squads. The organization was very good. The people enjoyed the tournament. I can focus on Argentina, my team. We traveled a lot, and we didn't run into any sort of problem. I think it was positive, above and beyond the final result, and each can draw their conclusion there.
Manuel, viele Spieler nehmen, man sieht die Qualität.
Many players take Algeria match as a level of performance you can achieve. How did you see the World Cup? Well, I guess football has moved forward, and small teams, allegedly small teams, are becoming better. It's more difficult to win. We played in a great country. World Cup in Brazil created a magnificent atmosphere in the country, and it was really a lot of fun playing there. And of course, when you win the title at the end, it's beautiful.
You have been playing at tournaments now with the use of goal line technologies, be it at the FIFA Club World Cup or the FIFA World Cup itself. How do you, from a player's perspective, both strikers as well goalkeepers, see the introduction of goal line technology and technology in football? Vielleicht Manuel, möchtest du als Torhüter beginnen?
Perhaps Manuel, you would like to start as a goalkeeper? Well, for me, of course, it plays a huge role because I, of course, am on the goal line myself. I think it is a fair solution which is now being taken for everybody. And during the World Cup 2010, I was there when England scored a goal, basically, and the goal, or the referee did not recognize it, so England would have been in the lead. Okay, so we know what actually happens in those cases, and then the referee will no longer harbor any doubts. You know, in or out.
Well, just as he said, and I think his opinion is very important. Probably more important than many other opinions. Well, yes, it's a help, and I think it does make things better if it is decided that they will continue to use it. I think it's good.
Cristiano, what do you think in general of technology in football?
In general, anything that helps the game to be more beautiful, to be less faults and interruptions is a good thing. Not so much the matter of the ball being in or out of the goal, but there are other factors that can be decisive. Everything that helps football to be more beautiful and to cut down on mistakes and errors is good and important for the show itself.
In general, how do you see the level of club football versus national team football? How do you see the importance and the balance between the two, Manuel?
Well, I believe that it is a bit different for the teams. You see, in the national team, you will have the best players of the nation there, and on a club level, then you will have top players from many countries that are being called, and this certainly changes football. I think in Europe we have top players anyway, and it then depends on the leagues, how the leagues develop their football over the years. And you can see a difference between the English, Spanish and German football. There is a different philosophy from each coach.
Yes, well, more of the same. I think that we have a very tight calendar, and oftentimes in the middle of everything, well, you need to go to your national squad, and that changes your perspective because there are different teammates. You don't have much time to work, but we try to adapt ourselves to these circumstances and to do the best we can with our club and with the national team.
Cristiano, importance of national team?
Não, acho que tem uma grande diferença.
I think there's a major difference. In clubs, we play with the same colleagues and players every day. It's only natural that we know each other better in various positions, the moves. In the national team, it's more difficult. The coaches may have a different philosophy, and it's difficult when you only get together once a month or once every 2 months. That makes things more complicated. Of course, there is quality, a high level of quality in both teams, but the level is not the same. There are differences. I think many times players who are good at clubs are not as good in the national team, and vice versa. Which is only normal. I think that if players don't know one another very well, then things don't flow as well as they could.
If you could choose a player from history nowadays and others, with which players would you have loved to dream alongside and why? Lionel, you would like to start?
Well, it's difficult to mention names since there are so many great players from the past. So to mention a name is very difficult. I would have loved to play with many other players from the past.
Do you have a particular period, particular team you would have maybe loved to play in at a particular period? Lionel? No? No?
Well, right now, I wouldn't say any.
You want me to comment on the players? Any player, any team you would like to have played with or in? Well, I like playing with successful teams. And then, of course, you have your idols from the past. And it would, of course, be wonderful to be able to play with those great players from the past, but it would be wrong to single out one player and say, I would have loved to play with this one. I mean, over the history, we've had so many outstanding players. I don't think this would be idle to try to comment on that and select someone.
Cristiano, do you have any player or something that was very impressed you? Or?
Vou ser muito direto. Se calhar era interessante vermos nós três na mesma equipa.
Well, it would be nice to have the three of us together on the same team. That would be a good thing. I think it's the present that counts. Of course, there were legends of football in the past, great players that we will always remember forever in Portugal. But I think I'd like to have the two who are on stage now join me in my team.
Not looking back for what brought you here today, all your achievements, but looking ahead, what are your expectations for the football year 2015? Cristiano, you would like to start?
Bom, basicamente parecidas que aquilo que foi em 2014.
I'd like
tentar ganhar coisas
things to go
importantes.
on as they did in 2014, win important titles, tournaments, and on an individual level, try to maintain my level of competitiveness, be up to requirements with goals and assists. And year after year, new challenges come up. 2014 is now a thing of the past. We're starting a new year. I hope it will be a year of great emotions, as was the past year. And I'd like to enjoy the moment and football, which is a great joy to me.
This is the beginning of the year, and we have no tournament this summer for the national team. So this year is dedicated to club football, and if we can manage to win titles with our club, that'll be just fine. And we just want to stay on track with the football club Bayern, hopefully winning all 3 cups. That's going to be difficult, certainly, but you must have some goals in life. and the Champions League final in Berlin, that would be nice to win the title in Germany, and then carry on with the national team and go on being successful, playing a good qualification for the European Cup in 2016.
Well, every year we have the same objectives. We want to win every tournament we're in. I know that's difficult, but we'll try to fight to achieve some trophy, and we'd like it to be an important one. We'll try to do that with the club, and after that we have the Copa America. That's very important for Argentina. It's a tournament that hasn't been achieved for a long time. We've just played a World Cup in which we could have won, and maybe we can feel better about ourselves with this other tournament.
Before we pass on the floor to our colleagues from the media, we have one question from social media for Cristiano Ronaldo from Bryce Sebas. And he wants to know, who has been the most influential coach in your career, helping you to reach the top?
It would be unfair to mention only one coach. I think they were all very important to my career. Be it at the Sporting, be it now at Real Madrid, they were all important. And it would not be fair to mention only one of them. They were all very important to me for the development, for my development as a player, and I have a debt of gratitude to all of them who helped me get to the point where I am today.
And now we open up the floor for questions. First on the left side. Yes.
Yes, hello. Tore Bratland from the Norwegian newspaper Dagbladet. Question to Ronaldo. Martin Ødegaard was training with Real Madrid last week. What impression did you get from this player, and do you want him to come to Real Madrid?
Which player?
Martin Ødegaard, this young Norwegian guy.
I know it's him, but I didn't listen what you say. Good player. I think it's a young boy, still grow. He's 16 years old, right? And he have good future ahead. So we must give him time to learn, to take his best decisions. And but I see a lot of potential in that player, good left foot.
Okay, over there, the gentleman.
Cristiano, aqui para a RTP. Só uma pergunta. O Cristiano
Just
teve
one
uma época
question. Cristiano, you had a fantastic record last year, Champions Leagues and throughout the year. And you said that you wanted to go down in history as one of the greatest players of all times, not just of 1 year. You have 2 Ballon d'Or. It's very difficult to have 2, but would you like 3 in order really to become to make history? It's not the most important thing to have 3 Ballon d'Or. I think it's important to achieve good results as a career. It's the culmination of a number of factors. All of them are important. I said, and I still say, that I'd like to write history, and I think I will. Something which may not be important, but it is important to us as players. This is the 8th consecutive year that I'm in Zurich among the 3 best. Of course, we all want to win, all 3 of us. Let's be clear about it. But I think we all deserve it. We've all had a number of major achievements last year, and to be nominated is already a reason to be very proud and happy. And I just want things to go on.
The next question over there. Please wait on the microphone.
Boa tarde, Nuno Luz, SIC de Portugal. Eu gostava de perguntar ao Manuel Neuer e ao Messi
I'd like to ask Messi and Manuel Neuer about their opinion about Cristiano Ronaldo during this season, and I also asked Ronaldo whether this was the best season of his life.
Well, I think that what Cristiano did this past season is really impressive. Champions, the Cup, scoring so many goals in the Champions League, with a record of goal scoring, being decisive in so many games. I think that he had an extraordinary year.
Yes, I can only confirm what has been said. He's played a spectacular year, and that was also the key player for the victory of Real Madrid. He decided the match himself, basically, and he also, beyond scoring goals, provided many assists. So he's a world-class football player, and we know it.
Cristiano, boa tarde, Sport TV Portugal, Rui Pedro Rocha.
Cristiano,
ao igualar nomes como Marco Van Basten, como Platini,
thinking about Platini, Van Basten, and Cruyff, and who won 3 Ballon d'Or. Is this one more step on the ladder to become the best player of all times? And would you also
gostaria de jogar com Ronaldo dia.
And would you others also like to play with Ronaldo one day?
You were asking about some of the best players, and I think he'll definitely be one of them. It'll be difficult to top that. But yes, I'd obviously love to play. I was been fortunate enough to be able to play with many very good players, and obviously I would love to play with him.
Okay, 3 more questions over there in the middle, and then Sebastian.
Andy May, BT Sport. Hi, Cristiano.
Não quero que eu responda.
Yeah.
You want me to answer or not?
You don't want me to answer?
Yeah.
Não, para mim não vejo como objetivo.
For me, this is not an objective. I think things have to run their course. It's not a matter of wanting to be as good as or better than people in the past. No. As I said, and as I still say, there are new challenges that crop up each day. I want to improve. And I think that in order to be good, you have to have a good team. Without a good team, you can't make it. You won't be here. But of course, I'm very happy, and I wouldn't mind. I would be very pleased to get the 3rd Ballon d'Or.
Do you think that you will end your playing career at Real Madrid, or now that you've won everything you can with Madrid, are you tempted by a fresh challenge elsewhere in future?
Nobody knows. Only God knows. The future, I don't know. But I'm very happy in Real Madrid. I signed a new deal 1 year ago. I'm happy, but the future, you never know.
Okay, over there in the middle.
Proyecto yo de Mundo Deportivo. Para Leo, esta es tu 8ª vez que eres finalista.
That you're a finalist. Are you getting a sense of whether you'd like to come back here next year to win your 5th? And a question for Cristiano. Would you think it fair that this year somebody other than him winning this year, because since Leo didn't win any tournament, he might be a contender, and Cristiano last year didn't win any tournament either, and yet he won? Well, I'm pleased to be here, as you said. I've been here for 8 years running, and it obviously isn't easy to be in the top 3 for so long. So I'm very happy, and I'm not sure what the rest of the question was, but basically I'm very happy to be back here again.
And then last question, Sebastian first. In the middle. Here in the middle. See?
Sí, soy Ignacio Nayo de la agencia de peajes.
Ignacio
Una
Nayo,
pregunta para
I have
Leo
a
Messi.
question for Leo Messi. After what you said yesterday, after the match, can it be said that the only two teams you'll play in your life are Barcelona and Newell's? Well, I'm not sure what's going to happen if one day I'll go back to Newell. I'm not sure where I'll be next year. I've always said that I'd like to finish my career at Barcelona, play in Newell, but as Cristiano just said, nobody knows what the future holds, much less so in the case of the football world where so many things can change overnight.
Okay, that brings us to the end. I would like to thank the nominees. Wish you good luck for tonight, and naturally good luck for the year 2015. We'll do a short picture for the photographers of you all together. Ja, genau. Thanks again. Just for your information, the red carpet starts at 1700 with the first guests arriving. Those people who have actually a ticket for the show hall, please come to the accreditation test at 1800 and meet my colleagues there. And we will shortly distribute the speech.